So in the previous video, we were discussing about the completion, the theorem of completion. It states that, I'm repeating again, if XD is an incomplete space which can be completed onto another metric space X cap D cap, and W is a subspace of X cap D cap, or there exists a subspace of X cap D cap which is called W, which should be isometric to X as well as dense, that subspace should be dense in X cap. So every incomplete metric space can be completed, first thing. And the second statement is the fact that this completion must be unique. So for a particular X, you cannot define two distinct complete spaces associated with that. If at all you define two complete spaces associated with a particular metric spaces, named it as X cap and X tilde, then the spaces X cap and X tilde should be isomorphic or isometric. This is what the theorem states. So to sum up the whole thing, every incomplete space can be completed, and this completion should be unique. This is what the theorem states. So we have to prove this theorem. The proof consists of four different parts. The first part is, the first statement itself says that for every incomplete spaces xd, so you are given with a metric space x comma d, you have to complete it into another space x cap d cap. So you have to add some elements onto x to make it into a new space which is bigger than x. That space is x cap. So while adding the elements, you have to keep the consistency of the metric as well. So associated with these new points, you are defining the new metric as well. So which is what the first step. In the first step, we will be constructing a space x cap d cap, which is the completion of the space xd. And the second thing associated with the fact that associated with x cap d cap, if there is another space w which should be isometric to x, so we should be able to define an isometry T from x to w, and also the fact that the space W should be dense in X cap, that is W closure should be equal to X cap. Then in the third part, we have constructed, in the previous part we have constructed X cap, we have taken an isometric subspace W of X cap and proved that its closure is X cap. Now we prove that the space X cap is complete, which is what we have to prove. And the next thing which we have to prove is, we have to prove that the space X cap should be unique except for isometries, which means that if another space X tilde exists associated with X, then the space X cap and X tilde should be isometric. So which is what we are going to prove in the section. So our proof consists of 4 parts. In the first part, we will construct a space x cap d cap and a subspace W which is isometric to X and whose completion is X cap. After the construction, we will prove that the space X cap is complete as well as unique. So, even though the statements looks like trivial, the proof in general is not. So, you are given with a space X. Why do we need to complete the space? Because there may exist some Cauchy sequence which actually do not converge in the space X. So we have to add the limits of such Cauchy sequence onto X. This is what we have to do. But we cannot add too many of such limits because it may affect the space being a metric space. So we cannot add too many limits, but we should add the limits of those Cauchy sequence which is not converging in the space X. So this is the general idea of constructing a new space X cap. I repeat again, X is not complete because there may exist Cauchy sequences in X which do not converge in X. So we have to add such limits onto X to make a new space X cap. But the problem is we must not add too many limits in the sense that there may be a lots of sequences, Cauchy sequences in X which may not converge in X, but the limits may be same. So adding the limit does not mean that you are adding the same limit multiple times. You should not be adding more points with the sense that we must able to add the limit of every Cauchy sequence. We must add those distinct points which are the limits of a Cauchy sequence. There may be Cauchy sequences, different Cauchy sequences which converge to the same point. So corresponding to those different Cauchy sequence, there must be actually exactly one point should be added onto X. This is what the idea. So those sequence which comes arbitrarily close might have the same limit. So corresponding to those sequence which comes arbitrarily close to each other should have exactly one point added associated with them. So how can you define such arbitrarily closed arbitrarily close sequences into a single point, which is what equivalence relation means. So what we are going to do is we are taking Cauchy sequences x and y and etc. and taking the limits. Those Cauchy sequence which converge to the same point, let's say x, may be considered as a single point by the equivalence class. Let xn comma yn comma zn be three Cauchy sequence in X which does not converge in X but converge to some point A, then the equivalence class associated with xn comma yn comma zn is A. So A represent all Cauchy sequence in X which converges to the point A. So corresponding to all those Cauchy sequences, we are adding exactly one point to the set. This is what we are going to do. So keep in mind that we are not adding several points. We are adding those points or those distinct points which are the limits of the Cauchy sequence. If more than one Cauchy sequence converges to the same point, we do not add that point multiple times. We construct an equivalence class corresponding to that point which represent all the Cauchy sequence which converges to that point, and that point should be added onto the space, which is what we are going to do. I hope you understood this much. We will proceed in the next video. Thank you.